Welcome to one more transmission of the very beginning of the year 2025. I'm so excited to be with you here today, feeling a lot better than in my prior video. I think my health is fully back, and I'm excited to share with you about what does this year have in store for us. First, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming and listening and watching. I really appreciate your love as I'm guided to share this information with you. So let's dive right in. 2025, yay! We have so much to be excited about this year. 2025 is a year of completion of a cycle of 9 years. In fact, this year has the portal 999 in it. It's a year whose numbers add up to 9, and on September 9th, month 9, day 9 of a year that adds up to 9, we will be stepping through this portal, through this door, through this gateway that will be ushering us into a completely new 9-year cycle. So the first 8 months of this year are really the closing of a 9-year cycle that started back then in 2015 and accompanied with this very earth related portal, this portal of 999, which is a portal in the sign of Virgo. And together with this very grounded, earth-related portal of 999, we have a very beautiful, divinely guided and orchestrated shift into 2 new lunar nodes on January 11th of 2025, and we're shifting from Libra and Aries into Pisces and Virgo. This transfer of these lunar nodes, which will accompany us for 18 more months, are very important because the lunar nodes is where the eclipses happen, and we are entering eclipse season in March. As you know, eclipses come in pairs, and so we'll have a March eclipse of the moon, and then a March eclipse of the sun, and then we'll have in September 2 more eclipses 6 months later that will match the March eclipses. And especially important is to understand that as we shift to a Pisces lunar node and a Virgo lunar node, we're shifting to these 2 contrasting energies. One is about bringing more of and going deeper with, which is the Pisces one, and the other one, which is the Virgo one, which has to do with shedding and letting go. Both signs, Pisces and Virgo, are what are known as mutable signs in astrological lingo, which means that are signs that are inviting the mutation, mutable, are inviting the change, the transformation. They're inviting energy to move through and to be transformed and to change. So this year that we're looking into is a year where it's important that you take the time, especially at the beginning of the year, but you can do it throughout the whole year, to look at what were those things that you were dealing with in 2016, at the end of 2015 and 2016. What was that theme that accompanied your life for the last 9 years? 9 years is a lot of time, and potentially you have many themes that have accompanied you throughout these 9 years. But if you look closely and you tune in, you will see very clearly that there has been an underlying river or flow of lessons that have accompanied you throughout many different scenarios, and that you have come up or are coming up and out this other end of this 9-year cycle with very clear lessons learned, with a different way in which you stand in front of situations in your life, with a wisdom that you have acquired inevitably through living 9 years in this crazy world. And these are the things, the topics, the situations, the lessons that are winding down to an end, to a close, as we approach the 999 portal. And then, of course, we're opening up a new 9-year cycle. And like everything on earth, it's not like you light the switch on and off. It's not an instant thing. Oops, it's 999 and suddenly I'm now beginning something. This is more like things are happening at the same time. You're already closing the cycle as the new cycle is being shown to you, as the new lessons are being shown to you. Both things are happening a little bit at the same time. I love to use the metaphor of when the sea and a river match. You know, when a river arrives to the sea, if you've ever been lucky to see what that looks like, you will see that you have the green or brown waters of the river and the blue sea or ocean that are merging with each other. And you see these waters that are not green, they're not brown, they're not blue, they're kind of a little bit of everything. And this is what we are dealing with in this moment, this closure, this river arriving to the mouth of the river to go into the ocean, and the ocean mingling with the river. You're not clearly already on the new cycle. What I love about this and what the big opportunity about this is that we are gifted with the time and the space, with a grounded energy, the energy of Virgo, of the 999 portal, and the energy of these two lunar nodes, the Virgo and the Pisces lunar nodes, to go deep into our emotional world, that's the Pisces, and to really understand what is willing to be seen, to come out to the light, and at the same time, through Virgo and through this very grounded and organizational type of sign, a sign that helps us really categorize and understand in which box each thing go, to clearly know what I'm ready to leave behind and not take into the new cycle. And I was mentioning the eclipse season, and this beginning of the eclipse season happening in March 13th and 29th, first the lunar and then the solar, are giving us an opportunity, like every time we have an eclipse where there's taking away of the light, the eclipse is happening and then showing us the light again, to take us into that darkness, into the shadow, so that we can really go and grasp whatever it is out of our reach when we're busy and in the light. And then as the eclipse moves out, as the eclipse moves out and as the light is shining again, boom, here we go. We see it with extreme clarity. Eclipses are a wonderful opportunity to speed up our transformation and to speed up what we're willing to call in, and we're required to let go of what is occupying room for the new to come and be birthed. So this year is truly about a closing of a cycle. It's truly about completion. The one word is completion. And you will see this. You will see it in your life. Things are going to happen fast. No matter what you're planning for this year, if it's not aligned with the higher plan for your life, for your highest and best, things are going to change very fast. You're going to be shoved and pushed into new directions. And what I want you to know is, if this is happening for you, take a moment to tune in and verify, how is this happening for you? What is it that maybe you hadn't seen that required to happen, and that nonetheless the universe is putting in front of you, because that is for your highest and best. This is a year where the ascension path, the famous awakening of all of humanity, is once again speeding up even more. So many people began their own awakening path. You probably are here listening to what I have to say because you are in your own awakening path, because your soul has been knocking at your door insistently and you haven't been able to say no, and you have only been able to surrender to that soul guidance, that soul's calling, that purposeful calling. And sometimes this is a very confusing path and we are not sure what's happening with us. The things that are calling you, that are brought to your attention, they may be confusing. You may not even know, what am I meant to do with this? And How do I surrender? How do I let go of what I want or what I think is safe? Because it is very scary to let go. But the awakening journey is all about letting go and allowing yourself to listen more to the divine guidance, to your higher self, to that whispering voice inside of you, and to trust what that is and where it is taking you. And oftentimes that is also difficult to do because you're not very clear about which is your mind wanting to fool you or wanting to hold you into a pattern that feels safe because your mind wants to keep you safe, or if this is truly your higher self, your creator, that inner voice, that soul voice saying something that is worthy for you to pay attention and to act upon. And so the next question that comes natural is, okay, very well, Shakti, but how do I know the difference? And the only way to know that difference is to create a practice in your life, which I love calling a ritualistic practice, a ritual, which can be ideally done in the mornings. But if you're not a morning person, you can do it throughout the day, or you can do it later in the day, at night, or before sleep. But the point is to do it consistently and to take time to open up, to connect with that witness within in a meditative practice, to connect with that silent space within, so that you begin to understand what aspects of you or what aspects of that inner dialogue come from your mind versus what aspects come from your soul versus what aspects come from that witness that's out here and that's observing. Oh, I'm not the body. Oh, I'm not the mind. Oh, I'm not the soul. So who am I? Right? But that connection with that witness that you are, that is the one that will bring you the answers on how to discern when that voice that is talking to you is the true voice of divine guidance or if it is your mind fooling you. And if you're needing to establish a ritual and you are lacking some tools or an understanding of how you can do this in the best ways, there's several resources on my website at www.theawakenpath.com. And that's awaken in the present tense, AWAKEN. And you can go there and download this handout about how to establish or improve or maintain a successful morning ritual. And there's a lot of tools there that will help you adapt your ritual to any time of the day and to use different aspects to do that. And also there's a couple of free meditations that you may use to begin connecting with your inner guidance and to also expand your path if you're already on this path. So back to what this year is all about and what this year has in store for us. This year is a year of completion and it's therefore a year of new beginnings, but it's definitely a year where you're being called to be very present and ground everything that you have learned so far in the last 9 years of your life, in the last all of the years of your life. And what is it that you are being called, that you're being lit inside with your passion to begin to call forth, to really give all of who you are, to co-create in a new way, and to really, really go for what your deepest desires are. And with regards to the deepest desires, my prior video that you can look at in my channel, and I'll leave the link in the description of this video as well, speaks about how to do that, how to connect with the desires, and how to really, really get going in this beginning of the year with all that you need to do it with ease and grace and joy. So you can go there and get that powwow as well. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you about how is this calling happening for you? What are you being called to call into your life and to release from your life. And how are you doing? I'm here for you. Please leave me a comment below. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for being here once again. Lots of blessings, love and light.